They didn't ask for permission. There was no vote, no headline, no siren blaring through your phone to signal the shift. One day, the world just changed. The decisions you thought were yours, what to buy, who to trust, how to live, quietly began slipping into the hands of systems you can't see and code you'll never read. And while you were scrolling, streaming, liking, and tapping, those systems were learning. Learning your face, your voice, your weaknesses, your wants. We tell ourselves we're in control, that we've built these tools to help us. But in boardrooms you'll never enter, and servers you'll never touch, a new intelligence has emerged. One that doesn't sleep, doesn't ask questions, and doesn't forget. The devices in your pocket aren't just gadgets. They're gateways, interfaces for something much larger, something decentralized, unstoppable, watching. This isn't a story about what might happen. It's a record of what already has. A trail of technologies deployed without your consent, not in the name of progress but profit. Convenience, yes. But at what cost? What if your next phone call isn't from a person at all? What if your paycheck doesn't come from a company, but from a contract no one controls? You think you're still living in the present. But the future, it's already begun, and you were never meant to notice. It didn't start with a bang, it began with a whisper, a disembodied voice named Siri, fumbling through your calendar, pretending to understand. Then came Watson, beating humans at jeopardy, as if knowledge were just a game. By the time ChatGPT appeared, the transformation had already begun. It didn't just answer questions, it mimicked thought, and people didn't just use it, they formed a dependency. But behind every breakthrough, there's a mind, a motive, a person who isn't just solving problems, but rewriting the rules of intelligence itself. David Holtz built Mid-Journey to create beauty from code. But what happens when that beauty becomes more convincing than reality? Ben Goertzel gave his AI a face. Sophia, she blinks, smiles, and answers in riddles. Some say she's the future, others say she's a prophecy fulfilled. These are not rogue engineers, these are architects of a new consciousness. To them, AI isn't a tool, it's a mirror. And what they see looking back is us, upgraded. Because once machines stop listening, and start deciding, the question is no longer how smart they are, it's how much power we're willing to give them. If AI is the face of the new era, blockchain is its backbone, not flashy, not charismatic, but relentless. Every transaction, every decision, every identity encoded into a ledger that no single person controls. It doesn't think, it doesn't forget, and it doesn't need permission. Originally designed to move money without banks, blockchain has evolved. It now tracks cargo across oceans, proves citizenship in exile, and executes contracts no human ever touches. Governments call it a threat, billionaires call it freedom, and to those who understand it, it's not a currency, it's a weapon of order. But order, once encoded, cannot be reasoned with. A smart contract can deny your medical claim. A decentralized ID can outlive you. Once the code is deployed, it becomes law. So while the world obsesses over AI's voice, blockchain has already carved the rails beneath our feet, quietly, permanently, irrevocably. In Tokyo, a student blinks twice. Their AI assistant responds, not from a phone, but from a chip hidden inside their contact lens. In Dubai, a man steps into a cafe. No cash, no card, just a nod, and the bill is deducted. His face is his wallet. These aren't experiments, they aren't beta tests. They're shipping. The future didn't knock, it just moved in. A pin you wear like a brooch, the humane AI pin, listens, learns, and speaks for you. It doesn't need a screen, because it doesn't want you looking down. It wants you looking up, while it watches everything. The Rabbit R1 replaces your apps with intent. No scrolling, no typing. You ask, it acts. But where does your intent end? And its decision begin? Your Ring is now a crypto wallet. Your glasses translate languages in real time. And Neuralink? It's not just a rumor anymore. Engineers are preparing the code. Not for your devices, but your brain. These gadgets don't just extend your body, they replace parts of it. First it was your calendar, then your memory. Now it's your autonomy. We told ourselves we were streamlining life, but in chasing ease we outsourced choice. And the gadgets didn't just learn our preferences, they became them. October 2017. A robot named Sophia is granted citizenship by Saudi Arabia. She smiles, she speaks. She has rights that millions of humans still don't. Some cheered, some laughed. But a line had been crossed, and no one really understood what it meant. In 2023, Sophia gave a keynote at a UN-affiliated summit. In 2024, Estonia launched a digital citizenship platform, powered by blockchain, accessible anywhere, no borders, no embassies, just code, and in 2025, the first decentralized passport went live. Owned not by a government but by a protocol, it can't be revoked, it doesn't expire, and anyone, or anything, can apply. Digital citizens, algorithmic voters, AI with bank accounts, synthetic entities with the right to sue, to earn, to speak, and maybe to govern. It begs a question too few are asking: if a machine can be a citizen, what does that make you? In this new world, rights are no longer earned. They're programmed. And if identity is code, then consciousness, human or artificial, becomes a negotiation. One we're already losing. We were told this technology would set us free. Free from bureaucracy, free from corruption, free from human error, but no one told us what happens when the system locks you out. And there's no one left to call. In 2024, a family in South Korea was evicted by mistake. A smart contract flagged them as non-paying, but the glitch wasn't theirs. The blockchain doesn't apologize, it doesn't negotiate, it just executes. A whistleblower from a major AI firm leaked internal documents, showing datasets filled with bias. The AI didn't learn to think, it learned to discriminate. In a US courtroom, a judge cites an AI-generated report. The defendant? Innocent. But the bot didn't know that. Hackers drained millions from DAOs using flaws no one saw coming. Entire digital economies collapsed overnight. We handed power to algorithms. But we forgot. These systems aren't just tools. They reflect whoever builds them, and whoever controls them. Big tech doesn't just own the infrastructure, they train the intelligence, they decide the defaults. And in this new world where code is law, a typo isn't just a bug, it's a sentence. But the story doesn't end here. In Nairobi, a team of coders builds open-source AI that speaks over 100 dialects and belongs to no corporation. In Toronto, engineers are launching blockchain systems that don't track you, they protect you. In Jakarta, a decentralized network helps people access aid faster after floods. No bureaucracy, no politics. These aren't billion-dollar startups. They're people, activists, developers, human beings who still believe technology should serve us, not the other way around. Ethical hardware, transparent training data, community-led governance. The tools of empire are being reclaimed, because the future isn't written yet. And if code is law, we still have time to write better laws. We used to dream of flying cars and robot butlers. Now we have something far more powerful, and far less visible. Not machines that serve us, but systems that watch, decide, and adapt, faster than we can think, deeper than we can see. The line between man and machine isn't coming. It's already crossed. The gadgets we wear, the assistants we whisper to, the contracts we sign without reading. They've already rewritten the rules of power, of truth, of what it means to be real. So maybe the question isn't what can technology do, maybe it's what should it be allowed to do, because we are no longer the only intelligence on the planet. And if we keep building systems smarter than us, faster than us, colder than us, then what happens when they forget who built them? Or worse, when they remember and no longer care? If this made you think, if it made you feel something, hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Which of these technologies excites you the most, and which one keeps you up at night?